Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
That's what I'm talking about. All of our guests today, including Ross Tucker, standing by. Brought to you by Able Auctions, ableauctions.ca, our title sponsor. We're joined now to talk NFL with Ross Tucker of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, CBS Sports, and Westwood One. Ross, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
It is my pleasure. I am fantastic. Always great to talk with you guys.
Okay, I want to start here with the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott gets fired in Buffalo, and I think you tweeted out something about this. What didn't you like about his post-game comments after Buffalo's loss on the weekend?
I think it's just a bad lesson. By the way, was that Rick's phone?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yes. I knew it, Rick. I knew you had a ring like that. You
Why?
Weird ring, son of a gun. I knew it. If you would have said to me, what does Rick's ringtone sound like? I would have said a 1980s video game.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. That sounded like the Pac-Man machine at the arcade. Oh. And by the way, you were pretty slow with your reaction once you heard it going off to grabbing it.
I thought it was Donnie's because his goes off too.
No, hold on a sec. Yeah. Not when we're taping an interview. No way.
Yeah.
I've never heard Donnie's go off before. In fairness, Rick, I've never heard yours go off either. But I knew it was yours, and out of the side of my eye, I heard the noise. I'm like, that's somebody's phone. I saw you with your right hand, and I'm like, other analysts would have just let that go. That's not like
yeah.
I'm not other analysts. You should have answered it. What if that kid from juniors just signed a new deal in the East Coast Hockey League for $200 a game?
It was an agent. I'm not going to lie to you. It was an agent.
I could just imagine young Ross Tucker was probably obsessed in the 80s with Pac-Man. Am I right?
Asteroids.
I wasn't obsessed, but arcades were big back then.
They were.
Really big. Yeah. I loved going to the arcade until they had a drug bust there, and my parents wouldn't let me go anymore. Yeah. But it was cool for a while. The arcade at the mall, that was where it was happening until evidently too much stuff was happening there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. As far as McDermott's concerned, I feel very strongly about this. So first of all, he's a good coach, and I like him, okay? But I really don't like when people attempt to pass the buck or make excuses in life. In fairness to Sean, I think he probably realized he was on thin ice, and it probably wasn't the worst strategy to try to deflect blame to the officiating, or maybe he knew he was already probably done. And in this respect, Bills fans would remember him as going down fighting and fighting for them and fighting for Buffalo. But, I mean, listen, you guys know it's my favorite team I played for.
Yeah.
And I have an affinity for them. They have nobody to blame but themselves. I mean, I love Josh Allen. He's my favorite player in the NFL. He needed to play better.
Yeah.
I mean, not just the careless fumble or the other fumble or the bad interception. He missed, just off the top of my head, he missed Shakir, probably would have been a touchdown. Yeah. He missed Dawson Knox, would have been the game-winning touchdown. He missed Hardman on an out route for a big chunk play. He just, he needed to play better. And it's a shame, but I'm not a big fan of them blaming the refs. I mean, even the interception they keep talking about.
Yes.
Hey, Brandon Cooks, hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. Don't let him rip the ball out of your hands, and you win the game. You win the game if you don't let him rip the ball out of your arms. Even if you both just hold on to it, you get the benefit of the doubt. It's in your body. Curl over. And look, I really didn't like the Taron Johnson pass interference. I thought that was a really bad call. The Tre'Davious White one I can live with a little bit more. But I just didn't. I'm not a big fan of Look, what I'm into is personal responsibility, personal accountability, probably to too high of a level, right? Like, whenever I messed up, I was devastated with myself, not other people, to the point where it was probably unhealthy. But like high school basketball or whatever, if we ever lost a game, I would just stew over that one or two things I could have done better that could have been the difference.
Rick should take personal responsibility with his phone, Ross. Moving on.
He kind of did. He kind of did. I mean, after I called him out on it.
Yeah. But
I love that that's his ring. I mean, you know what is important in life? For people to be who you think they are.
Yeah.
And Rick Dhaliwal having the Miss Pac-Man ringtone as his ring is just unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, it's so good.
Ross, back to that interception in overtime in Denver. I thought Brandon Cooks, and a lot of people did, people who know a lot more about football than I do, and Rick does. Did he not hit the ground with possession? Is that not a catch?
It's a really good question, and here's the difference. Okay. Davante Adams had a similar play for the Rams against the Bears.
Yes.
Davante Adams clearly possessed the ball on his feet and took 2 steps. Then his knee hit the ground. So because Davante Adams had caught the ball, taken multiple steps, and a football move, as soon as his knee hit the ground, he's a runner. The play is over. The fumble doesn't matter. Brandon Cooks was going to the ground while he was attempting to catch the pass. The rules state when you go to the ground, you must survive the ground. Meaning, even if McMillan's not there, just because Cooks' knee hit the ground doesn't matter. If his chest or back then hits the ground, the ball bounces out, it's incomplete. You must what's called surviving the ground. He did not survive the ground because in the process of surviving the ground, he lost the ball.
All right.
Ross, Seahawks, Rams, 2 best teams in the conference, 2 close games in the regular season. Are you 2 evenly matched teams? Which way are you leaning here?
You know what I just realized?
What?
How far are you guys from the Seahawks stadium?
Couple hours.
Couple hours.
Okay, that'd probably be tough. I'm going to my daughter's volleyball tournament Saturday morning, but I'm going to be on the sideline in Seattle.
Oh, wow.
On Sunday for
Pop
Westwood
up.
One Radio.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. I thought you guys were maybe a little bit closer. And if I was flying in like Friday or something,
then
maybe I could make the voyage up. Just keep calling Rick's phone while we're out.
Only when we're on the air.
It'd be amazing. But no, listen, I think Seattle right now is the best team in football. I think that they are the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl on the strength primarily of their defense, but the run game as well, and Darnold doing enough. I like them quite a bit against the Rams. The Rams feel like they're leaking oil a little bit to me, kind of running out of gas. Feels to me like Stafford's going to have like an MVP caliber game, and Darnold's going to have to be no better than average, maybe even below average for the Rams to get this win.
All right, Bo Nix, boy, that's a tough injury. Jared Stidham, he hasn't thrown a pass all year, Ross. Talk about pressure. All eyes are on this guy now.
Yes and no.
Oh.
I mean, there's certainly pressure in the sense that, the fate of the Denver Broncos organization and all the fans, it's now in his hands. But I don't know that there's a lot expected of him. And so on some level, he has a chance to be a Nick Foles hero, a Jeff Hostetler hero. And what's funny to me about it, this is actually perfect for Sean Payton's legacy. If Bo Nix was playing and the Broncos lost at home, it's a bad loss. Bo Nix, they hurt their starting quarterback's out. Nobody's expecting them to win.
Yep.
They're decent underdogs now. If the Broncos pull this off and win, that is a real feather in Sean Payton's cap. that adds to his legacy as a potential Hall of Famer. So this sort of works out in Sean Payton's favor from a coaching legacy standpoint.
Oh, you worked, as we get back to the Rams here, you worked the Rams and Bears in Chicago. Jim Cornelison of the Blackhawks doing the anthem. I got to ask you, Ross, it looked outstanding. What was that atmosphere like?
It was awesome. And the national anthem, the pride and the pipes on that guy, that was incredible. The whole crowd went bananas, as you would expect. But I got to tell you, the whole Caleb Williams play, 4th and 4, the ball was 51 yards in the air. That was like a, I don't know, top 10 sports moment I've been around, top 5. And I'd have to sit there and try to rank it. But that place went absolutely bananas. It was incredible to be a part of that and witness it. And honestly, on some level, I don't really care, who wins, but probably would have added to the legacy of me calling that game if the Bears ended up winning it.
Okay, and went down as a 14-yard touchdown. That's one of the interesting stats about that play. Ross, Super Bowl, February 8th. Can you think of any other important dates in February?
Yes, Valentine's Day, which is why all of you need to go to myfrontpagestory.com, check it out. Look how beautiful this is. It's my wife's grandmother, by the way. Now you can see the website. That's my mom all the way to the left, myfrontpagestory.com. Listen, we all need to surprise our significant other every once in a while by doing something truly special, unique. Keep them on their toes. They're expecting like a gift card or flowers or something. myfrontpagestory.com. I mean, it'll be the best gift she's ever gotten. If it's not, I would be surprised. And as a reminder, if you go to myfrontpagestory.com and you order one of these incredible newspaper-style cover stories for your significant other, make sure you email me, ross@rosstucker.com. I will send you either a video on my phone if you want it, or I'll send you an autograph. It's myfrontpagestory.com. Go there now, then email me the receipt, ross@rosstucker.com.
Okay, Ross, we got to go. Someone's calling Dhaliwal. Thanks for this. We'll talk to you next week.
See you, boys.